Let's talk about footballer Cristiano Ronaldo. He and his long-term girlfriend, Georgina Rodriguez, they have announced that they are engaged. The pair shared this picture on Instagram and, whoa, look at that. Oh, I mean, it speaks for itself, doesn't it, Dee Dee? Any bets on how much the rock cost?
Well, there is an estimate that it's around about $5 million, which does sound
Wow.
right for something that big. I'm seriously worried for these two. Like, who's going to change the doona cover in that household? How on earth would she do any housework? To be very old-fashioned about it, but like, how could you do anything in your life with that giant thing hanging off your hand? Look, I actually, Danica, I'm actually really happy for these two. I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. I'm a Manchester United fan, and I think they too really do appear to be very much in love, and they have suffered some loss in their lives. They did lose a baby in childbirth, so I wish them all the very best, but you just can sort of sense Elizabeth Taylor from beyond the grave grasping for that diamond, can't you?
Oh, she would have loved that. I mean, that is an incredible piece of jewellery. You're right, though. I would literally not want to leave my house with that on. That would be too much of a risk in my view. Now, look, let's turn to Meghan Markle. She's released the trailer for season 2 of her cooking show, With Love, Meghan, a day after revelations that she and Harry had cut a much cheaper deal with Netflix. Have a look at this.
I love the idea of spending time together and finding new ways to show people you care. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, I could do this every day.
Let's get creative and learn something new. Nicely done. I don't know what's happening.
We can look forward to another season of patronising cooking videos.
Yeah, and look, let's be clear, and I think most people know this now, it was filmed at the same time as the first season. It's not like Netflix went, oh, that was so great, let's go back and film some more. This feels very much to me like Netflix are picking up all the rubbish and putting out the trash, as the Americans would say. They're just getting rid of the last bit of content that they've made with these two, and the deal feels just like a big old fresh air sandwich. There's nothing much to it. Netflix probably, if anything, would gain something because they get first look at any garbage that these two come up with next. Most of the stuff that they've made has been an abject failure. So I can't imagine Netflix ever running anything. Once they've got this second part of With Love out of the way, I don't think we'll see Harry and Meghan on Netflix again. And just on this show, I do have some problems with it. She's got Chrissy Teigen there as one of her friends who comes over to do a bit of cooking and stuff with her. Chrissy Teigen is a horrible bully. You might remember some years ago, she told a 16-year-old, Courtney Stodden, that she should not breathe anymore. She basically told her to end her own life. So she's a horrible bully. They'll probably get on like a house on fire, her and Meghan. And there are 4 chefs on the show, all of whom have Netflix shows. It's almost as though they were contractually obliged to say, yes, I'll appear with Meghan. I'd love to see the list of who was asked to be on the show, but said no.
Yeah, good point. I reckon there was a whole list of people who would not want to be associated with that dreadful woman. But I don't even know why they're bothering with season 2. Seriously, season 1 was such a flop. Here we go again. Now, look, Prince Andrew has been recorded going on a foul-mouthed rant at builders putting in speed humps outside of his 4,800-acre Windsor Great Park estate. While riding his horse, the Prince apparently yelled at them saying, "What the F are you doing now?" I mean, surely DDE's got bigger issues on his plate than speed humps.
Well, I'm going to defend Prince Andrew on this because that's exactly what I would do. I hate being held up in the traffic. I hate speed humps. He does seem to have a little bit of a temper and a potty mouth on him, and there are reports of him, yelling at some assistant some years ago because she hadn't closed the curtains properly. At one point, he apparently tried to ram a set of gates with his Range Rover because he wanted to get somewhere quicker and he couldn't get through these gates, which again is something I would do if I had a Range Rover. It does seem as though that perhaps there's something more to this. Maybe he's under a little bit of stress at the moment, and could that be related to the increased level of talk about the Epstein files? Who knows? But he seems to be very edgy right now.
Yeah, he seems to be very touchy right now. I do agree. I wouldn't be happy about speed humps myself, but if I was Prince Andrew, I'd probably be focusing on Epstein and other issues, not what's going on outside of a mansion and a big property right now. But yeah, it never ends, does it? Dee Dee Dunleavy, great to see you. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thanks, Danica.